And let's see, the motor, this is a 30.5 cc Zenoa full mod from OBR. And sorry if you can't see stuff very well. I almost should have taken the cage off. It's hard to see everything up underneath the cage, but yeah, so I have this OBR 30.5 cc full mod Zenoa. And this is probably my favorite engine. I think it puts out 7 or 7.5 horsepower. It's supposed to. Revs pretty high, but it also has, I think it has pretty good torque too. I believe that's a 990 carb on there, I think. Have aftermarket air filter with a TGN pre-filter on it. Got DDM aluminum gas cap. Another Fat Dad engine brace right there. I got the GBE engine brace in the back right here. And of course I have the outerwears on the pull start. This is some sort of aluminum. I'm not sure what brand that is, but that's also an engine mount, and that's aluminum that connects the clutch housing. In the back, suspension arms, those are Integy as well. Went with the orange theme. As you can see with the pipe, I have the DDM Dominator pipe. It's silenced, but I'll tell you, even though this thing's silenced, it's very loud. This is the loudest RC I have. It makes a really nice noise though, but yeah, this one's pretty darn loud. Let's see, in the back, Innovative RC, big bore shocks in the back as well. Aluminum rear shock tower, and I don't know if this is the stock. This might be the stock rear metal shock tower piece right here. The rear shock tower supports are aluminum as well. The whole rear bulkhead is aluminum. Aluminum rear bulkhead. I have the stock upper chassis brace on it. The rear chassis brace, the upper one, I just left stock. I do have a heavy duty one that I'm probably going to put in at some point. I just haven't gotten around to it. Haven't really had, you know, I know people under extreme stress and stuff, people have bent these because they're pretty thin, but I have a heavy duty one. I just haven't gotten around to putting it on. I also have a heavy duty lower rear chassis brace, or chassis plate, I should say. A heavy duty one that I need to put on the back as well. I'm still running the stock one. So stock rear, upper and lower chassis plates. I'm running an Integy alloy gear case, gearbox. I believe these are the stock, these are the standard HPI drive shafts right here. They're not the heavy duty ones, I don't believe. But they've held up, they haven't broken yet. Got the sway bars, sway bar in the back. Rear hub carriers, aluminum, Integy. All the suspension arms, everything there is Integy. This, I believe, is Integy. I don't know what this piece is called. Rear chassis, and also hinge pin holder, I suppose. And let's see what else. Oh, the chassis on this one. The chassis on this one is aftermarket. I got this from DDM, Dave's Discount Motors. It's a Scorpion Scorpion or Scorpion Unlimited lightweight racing chassis. Have the IRP inertia racing links, steering links on this one. Maybe you can get a better view of the mechanical rotors in here. Oh, I also have aluminum bottom shock mounts on the front, and got my Killer Bee RC kill switch up under there. And I think the only other thing is I have Turtle Racing steering assembly, servo saver. That's Turtle Racing. So this one's been upgraded with a lot of, and I think this is I was having problems with the throttle linkages. So some of this is Yamaduke throttle linkage. This right here is a piece of the stock linkage right here, because the Yamaduke one was bending. It was flexing too much where it wasn't pulling hard enough on the rear brake lever or pedal. So I ended up switching that out, put the stock one, kind of put it on there and kind of rigged it up where it's going to work. Now obviously this has this linkage right here going to the front for the front mechanical brakes, which these are kind of touchy and a little bit difficult to try to it takes a lot of adjustment to make sure that both of these wheels are stopping with the same amount of force and not rubbing. The rear brakes on these, even though these are upgraded, the rear brakes are still not very good on this one. So I'm glad I have the front brakes on it. Oh, one more thing I forgot. I haven't tested it with this yet, but I have this is an HPI slipper clutch that I've installed on this one. So there's a slipper clutch in here. This little protective door opens up so you can adjust it, loosen it, tighten it, depending on, you know, if you're bashing a lot, loosen it up so you're not going to damage parts, because I had a solid spur gear in here, but I've been breaking stuff with the solid spur gear, so I switched that out for the one that has a slipper clutch on it. So I'll have to test that out and get back to you guys on how well I think that works, but hopefully that works all right. But so yeah, that's basically a rundown of my HPI Baja 5T. And I'll have to get this one back out in another running video in the future.